Welcome to the club.
You
It's
ready?
my turn. We're going to win this challenge.
That was a hard one. We got this.
music fills the infinite between two souls. Namaskar to one and all present here. The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the aesthetic experience. I, Shambhavi Singh,
And I, Noor Banchal,
on behalf of the principal and the faculty members of Mody School, accord you all a very warm welcome.
औपचारिक रूप से इस कार्यक्रम का प्रारंभ करने हेतु मैं विद्यालय की प्राचार्य महोदय श्रीमती काजल मारवा जी से विनम्र अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे हमारे आज के मुख्य कलाकार श्री प्रवीण गोडखिंडी जी एवं श्री जुहैब अहमद खान जी को दीप प्रज्वलन हेतु मंच पर आमंत्रित करें। धन्यवाद महोदय, धन्यवाद मैडम।
किसी भी संस्थान की पहचान होता है वहाँ का संस्थान गीत। आइए अपने संस्थान गीत का संवेद गायन करें। निर्माणों के पावन युग में हम चरित्र निर्माण न भूलें, स्वार्थ साधना की आंधी में वसुधा का कल्याण न भूलें, वसुधा का कल्याण न भूलें। Now, I would invite the school choir on the stage for the presentation of the song. Thank you, girls.
Spick McKay, founded in 1977 by Mr. Kiran Seth. The Society for the Promotion of Indian Classical Music and Culture Amongst Youth is a voluntary youth movement which promotes intangible aspects of Indian cultural heritage by promoting Indian classical music, classical dance, folk music, yoga, meditation, crafts, and other aspects of Indian culture. It is a movement with chapters in over 300 towns all over the world.
Support the Artist Series is a Speak McKay initiative to support artists who make their living by promoting and practicing Indian classical and folk art forms. Speak McKay is known for its incredible determination to promote Indian art and support the artists.
May I now take the honor to introduce Sir Praveen Godkhindi, the first Indian flutist to perform on the 8-feet contrabass flute. He is the top-ranking artist in Hindustani Bansuri and also the first Indian to represent Bansuri at the World Flute Festival held at Mendoza, Argentina. He is a much-celebrated artist, a renowned performer who gave his first public performance at the age of 6. He received prestigious titles of Surmani, Nadnidhi, Sur Samrat, Kala Praveen, Aryabhatta, and many more to add on. This much acclaimed artist performed with eminent musicians like Ustad Zakir Hussain, Dr. Bal Murli Krishna, Pandit Vishwa Mohan Bhatt, and so on. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
We are also fortunate to have with us today Sir Zuhaib Ahmed Khan, the tabla player and the leading torchbearer of the famous Ajrat Gharana. He is a rising star of Hindustani classical music who received an extensive training from his father, Ustad Naushad Ahmed Khan, his uncle and his grandfather, who are all notable exponents of the Gharana. Sir Zuhaib has performed at various prestigious platforms across India and internationally as well. He is a gold medalist and an A-grade artist of All India Radio. I accord you a very warm welcome, sir. Now, I humbly request Sir Praveen and Sir Zuhaib to kindly start with the program.
Namaskar and a very warm welcome to all of you. It indeed is my pleasure and a privilege to perform for all of you. I'm really impressed by the way the girls sang and also happy that the kids who introduced both of us did an exceptional job. Pronouncing our names itself is usually difficult, so most of them falter there. I'm so happy that this wonderful culture you're getting from the institution. So congratulations to the school management and all the teachers. You're doing a fantastic job. So today I'm going to present a raga for you, and generally after the presentation of the raga the session is open. It can be an interactive session. If you have any questions you can ask and I will try to answer them. While you listen to the raga, there might be questions that come out of the performance, or even in general if you have any questions about Hindustani classical music or music in general, you're free to ask them. I have chosen a raga that is a mid-morning raga called Nat Bhairav. It's a combination of two different ragas, and some of the basics of Hindustani classical music I would like to share with you. that in our parampara, in our system of classical music, we have ragas pertaining to each hour of the day. So 24 hours have been divided into 8 prahars. Each prahar is of 3 hours each. So ragas are classified as belonging to the first prahar of the day or the second prahar of the day. It starts at 6 a.m. So 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is din ka prahar, and then 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. is raat ka prahar. So 4 prahars during the day and 4 prahars in the night. That's how it has been classified, and we generally follow the same time cycles. So this Nat Bhairav is generally played around 11 a.m. or around just before noon. But I've chosen this because it gives you an insight of a morning feel, as well as the day progresses, how energetic you become, and how the day progresses, so it becomes a little busier. So everything happens in this raga. That's why I've chosen this raga. So I'm going to present this raga in Madhyalay Teen Tal of 16 beats. So before I begin, I just want to ask you, I know you must be knowing it, but still, हमारे संगीत में कितने स्वर हैं? Anybody? 7, yeah. And what are they? Sa re ga ma pa dha ni, 7 notes, right? So I am going to give you another information. Henceforth, if somebody asks you, संगीत में कितने स्वर हैं, तो उनको बोलना 7 स्वर हैं, लेकिन 7 स्वर में सा और प अचल है. मतलब we don't have varieties for sa and pa, they are fixed. The rest of the 5 notes, re, ga, ma, dha, ni, have 2 varieties each, Shuddh or Komal. So if you say this to a classical musician, he'll be happy to know that you know about this. So next time you can say 7 शुद्ध स्वर हैं और 5 कोमल स्वर हैं. So सा के बाद कोमल रे, शुद्ध रे, कोमल ग, शुद्ध ग, शुद्ध म, तीव्र म, पंचम, कोमल ध, शुद्ध ध, कोमलनी और शुद्धनी. So 7 शुद्ध स्वर हैं और 5 कोमल स्वर. So टोटल कितने हुए? 12. So there are 12 notes that we generally use in classical music. That is how ragas are created. It is only a combination of these 12 notes. And the other factor that decides the raga is the ascending and the descending. So if the ascending has 5 notes and the descending has 6 notes, then it forms a different raga. If the ascending has 5 notes and the descending has 7 notes, then so it's all mathematical calculations and permutations and combinations. So according to an ancient book, there were around 5,000 ragas, but unfortunately they were not documented, they were not preserved. Right now, what you can hear in Hindustani classical music is around 50 or 60 ragas max. Because these are the ragas that are popular, and so the artist also prefers to play them, and the listener also wants to listen to them over and over again. Just for your information, there's so many ragas that we have lost already, and now it is your responsibility to preserve and promote whatever is left. So we still have around 100, 200 ragas in the books, which need, if you support the artist, if you support the classical musicians, then these ragas will find a place in history. So the onus is on you to listen to more classical music and learn and try to understand, preserve, promote, which of course I am sure you are all doing it, but that is the way you can preserve our heritage, right? So without much further ado, I'm going to present Rag Nat Bhairav. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for being such a wonderful audience. God bless you all. Yeah, any questions now? Okay, go ahead. Can you pass on a cordless mic? I first performed when I was 6 years old, and the first raga that I had learned was rag Hamsadvani. And as a child, I used to play the straight flute. You know, it's much easier to blow and produce a sound, so that's what I play. Go ahead.
Who was your first who was your teacher of song?
My father, Pandit Venkatesh Godkhindi, he was my first and only guru for flute.
Sir, of the rag which you played right now, what is the Vadi Swar, Samvadi Swar, Aro, Avro, Pakad and Jati of the raga?
Shabash. Nat Bhairav, we have Ga and Ni as Vadi and Samvadi. And there are two variations as far as Aro and Avrohan are concerned. Sarigama, Padani and Sanidapa Magare is one set, but generally because it is Bhairav That, so we play Gama Dha instead of Gama Pa, Gama Dhani Sa, Sanidapa Magare Sa. So it could be Sarigama Dhani also. And the Nat Ang is Sa, Sa Re Re Ga Ga Ma Ma Pa Ma, that is Nat. And the Gama Da, that is Bhairav. So that's where they meet. That is the, in simple terms, that is how Nat Bhairav could be described.
Sir, Jati?
Jati is Sampurna. Sampurna.
Thank you, sir.
Oh.
From which place you belongs to? From which place you belongs to, and in which school you have studied?
I wish I was a student here, but I'm not a girl, so. I belong to a very popular place called Dharwad. It's popular in Hindustani classical music because all the great vocalists of India of the yesteryears, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, Dr. Gangubai Hangal, Pandit Basavaraj Rajguru, Pandit Mallikarjun Mansoor and Kumar Gandhar, all were from Dharwad. So I belong to the same place, Dharwad, which is in northern part of Karnataka. But right now I live in Bengaluru.
The school.
My see my childhood I spent in Goa for some years, and so there I went to Rosario school, and then I did my high school in Hyderabad. So there I went to a different school. It's called Ruptunga, and then I did my 11th and 12th in Delhi, in Moti Bagh, government school. And I did my engineering in Dharwad. By the way, I finished my engineering first attempt with distinction, electrical and electronics. More often than not, we are on the stage, so that's where everything happens. But otherwise, my son also plays now, so there's a lot of music happening. I have an institute, and so a lot of music happens. And so, yeah, if not, concerts, there are recordings. I have a studio at home, so 24/7 we are into this only with the flute. Yeah, what I said in the beginning, the same thing. I know all of you are. It's fancy world out there, listening to Bollywood songs, Western songs, and, trying to imitate those songs, and being able to sing them is very easy actually. But if you can spend a few hours in a week listening to Indian classical music and Indian raga system, trying to understand the basics, it's very beautiful system that we have. That is very important because, just by listening to classical music, it helps you concentrate better, it improves your memory, and it brings out a nice personality. You don't get agitated, you don't get angry, you are not any more fussy. If you listen to classical ragas, it gives an inner peace, and which is very, very necessary nowadays. And in addition to that, if you can learn music, nothing like it. But don't learn to become a popular musician. Learn because it gives you happiness. If nothing else, you can be a wonderful listener, which is also a great quality. And we need good listeners like you. So that is the message that I would want to pass on. Listen to classical music. Listen to Indian classical ragas, various instruments. Learn, at least know the names of all the instruments, Indian instruments, and the various ragas and the nomenclature. I'm so happy that the young lady asked such pertinent question about raga system and the entire thing. I'm so happy. So that should be the approach, and everybody should try and get that. So it will help preserve our rich culture and heritage. One line, if I have to summarize, is everybody, even I work for the film industry in South. So that's only for, my livelihood. It gives me good money, so I just go play, or I compose and do a lot of background music stuff for films and things like that. But this is what is that gives me happiness, peace, and classical music gives you a lot of energy. And so when you listen to Bollywood songs or any other light music forms, it gives you instant happiness. And down the lane, after 1 year, you'll all forget Srivalli, because that's what is popular right now. So that's what happens. But the raga which it is based on has lived for hundreds of years, and it will continue to live. So this Nat Bhairav, what I play today, if I play tomorrow, it will be totally different. Even if I play after 10 minutes now, again it will be different, because there are so many permutations and combinations possible in classical music. It's only a small fraction of this entire gamut of ragas that the Bollywood or the light music industry picks up. And so don't be happy with small things. Go for the bigger ones. So go and enjoy the classical music.
Sir, in what age you started learning music?
I started at the age, I almost started when I was in my mother's womb only, because my father used to practice and probably I used to learn. So I held my first flute when I was 3, but I performed at the age of 6. But my son, he performed on the stage when he was 3.5. He's 21. Yeah, you should watch out for our Jugalbandis as well. His name is Shadaj. Shadaj is the full form of the first note, Sa, Shadaj, Shadaj Godkhindi. So we both play a lot of Jugalbandis, and recently also all 3 of us played together in Delhi. So watch out for his videos also. He's doing a good job. So you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram.
Sir, what is your favorite classical song?
Oh, okay. My favorite classical song? All ragas are my favorite. Everything that I play are my favorites only. It's like asking your principal who's your favorite child among all these girls.
Sir, when did you perform first time? Did you have fear on the stage?
I didn't have fear of stage in the sense, but I needed support obviously. So I made my dad sit next to me. He was sitting right next to me, and he was telling me what to play and what to play next. So he was there. From the beginning, I have always been fascinated by applause, and chocolates. So I performed for chocolates for the first time.
Sir, right. Sir, since you said you were from Karnataka, basically that is your native. There, Carnatic music is more popular, as of what I know. I'm from South, so I learned Carnatic classical especially. So why did you choose Hindustani rather than Karnataka music?
As I said, I was born in Dharwad, which is the seat of Hindustani music. You don't find Carnatic music in Dharwad. All the Carnatic music is in south of Karnataka, like Bengaluru, Mysuru, in that part. And it is they have got a very rich cultural heritage. It's a very good question. So I would like to point out here that the place where I live in Bengaluru and the Karnataka state is the only state where both Hindustani and Carnatic music has got equal prominence. Whether it is performers, listeners, students, we are blessed. I mean, I'm blessed to be born there. So I got an opportunity. For the last 25 years, I've been learning Carnatic music as well. So Hindustani and Carnatic both coexist there, and that's the only state where it is in equal amount.
Thank you, sir.
Greetings of the day, sir. Namaskar. Your performance was amazing, no doubt.
Hold it a little closer. Yeah.
Okay. Your performance was amazing, no doubt. So I've heard or I have seen many of the engineers going into different fields. They have this turning point where they decide to either become a great musician or artist or even comedian nowadays. So was it like fixed that you wanted to become a musician rather than a full-time engineer? Or you had some sort of a turning point where you thought that pursuing music would be better?
Music was in my genes, so it was always my calling. But back in those days, parents were a little skeptical to allow their children. Although my father was a musician himself, he said, you finish a degree, and so that's why I did my engineering. But in fact, I went to Bangalore in search of a job, and then I had a couple of offers as well. But before I could even start working there, I was already busy making money in the industry, film industry. So I was playing a lot for recordings, and so then I realized that there's a lot of potential being a full-time musician. So my father said, okay, I give you 2 years. If you are happy, Being a musician, if everything goes well, then you can continue as a musician. Otherwise, you always have your engineering degree to fall back on. So that's how it happened. And then once I started playing for commercial recordings, then there was no looking back. And then, you know, I do a lot of fusion shows. I do a lot of composing work, but classical is my mainstay. I knew this would come. Okay. You can message or email me all the other questions. I'll answer to.
Sir, can you please give us some tips to overcome the fear of the stage?
Fear of the stage. Best thing is once you go onto the stage, don't look into the lights or the audience. You know, look beyond them. Try to imagine that you are standing in a field, in a open ground. That's easy to do if you make up your mind. Initially, that's what I used to do. You know, when I was to perform with great maestros and a huge audience, and so I just used to go and imagine that I'm alone, nobody is there, and I'm free to do whatever I want to do. Then it becomes much easier. That's what I did. Hopefully it helps you also. So shall I play a bhajan? So this is a smaller flute that is generally used to play light music, and also in traditional Carnatic music, flutists use this size to play Carnatic classical music, whereas Hindustani musicians use this size. The difference is like a male voice and a female voice. So the female voice is an octave higher. So that is the basic difference between the two flutes. I hope you will be able to identify this song. Let's see.
Melody is the essence of music. Music, it's not just a tune, it is a touch. It was a scintillating performance, sir.
कला का कोई मोल नहीं होता, अनमोल है आप और आपकी भाव विभोर कर देने वाली प्रस्तुति। अब हम आभार अभिव्यक्त करने हेतु श्रीमती पूनम शर्मा मैडम को मंच पर सादर आमंत्रित करते हैं।
धन्यवाद नूर। हम अपने भगवान को भी कहते हैं बांसुरी वाला। सात सुर और बंसी वाले प्रेमावतार भगवान कृष्ण, मोहन की मुरली पहचान, मधुर आकर्षण वाली तान, श्याम की जब बजती बांसुरी, कानों में घुलती सी मिश्री, थे मोहित सभी गोपियां गैया, बाल सखा यशोदा मैया, सुन होठों का प्रेम निमंत्रण, करते थे सब कृष्ण को अर्पण, सुन होठों का प्रेम निमंत्रण, करते थे सब कृष्ण को अर्पण। हम समझ पा रहे हैं कि कृष्ण की वंशी में कितना माधुर्य होगा कि सभी अपना घर, परिवार, व्यवसाय सुध बुध खोकर उनकी वंशी की धुन में लीन हो जाते थे। वही दृश्य यहाँ इस सभागार में भी साकार हो उठा है। हम हृदय से आभारी हैं आपके, नतमस्तक हैं आपके सामने। नमस्कार। स्पीक में के संस्था की ओर से यह बांसुरी वादन की जो अविस्मरणीय प्रस्तुति आज यहाँ दी गई, वह निस्संदेह अपनी सांस्कृतिक धरोहरों के प्रति हमारे आकर्षण एवं आत्मीयता को संवर्धित करने वाली है। विद्यालय एवं महाविद्यालय स्तर पर होने वाले इस प्रकार के आयोजन युवा पीढ़ी को सुसंस्कृत एवं निष्ठावान बनाने हेतु प्रशंसनीय हैं, अनुकरणीय हैं, अनुशंसनीय हैं। आज के मुख्य कलाकार श्री प्रवीण गौडखिंडी जी और उनके साथी कलाकार जनाब जुहैब अहमद खान जी के प्रति हम हृदय से आभारी हैं कि आपने इस अनुपम, कर्णप्रिय, मीठी अभिव्यक्ति से न केवल हमें भाव विभोर किया, वरन छात्राओं की शंकाओं का समाधान करते हुए संगीत के प्रति उनकी अभिरुचि को अभिवर्धित करने का प्रयास भी किया। मान्यवर, निश्चय ही आपकी गरिमामयी उपस्थिति ने हमें गौरवान्वित किया है, हमारे सभागार की श्रीवृद्धि की है। हम हृदय से आपके आभारी हैं, कृतकृत्य हैं। अंत में इंजीनियरिंग से साहित्य की ओर पदार्पण करने वाले कुमार विश्वास की पंक्तियों के साथ मैं आपका आभार अभिव्यक्त करना चाहती हूँ। तुम अगर नहीं आई, तुम अगर नहीं आई, गीत गा न पाऊंगा, सांस साथ छोड़ेगी, सुर सजा न पाऊंगा। तान भावना की है, तान भावना की है, शब्द शब्द दर्पण है, बांसुरी चली आओ, हृदय का निमंत्रण है, बांसुरी चली आओ, हृदय का निमंत्रण है। अब मैं विद्यालय की प्रधानाचार्य श्रीमती काजल मारवा जी से विनम्र अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वे हमारे आज के मुख्य अतिथि कलाकार श्री प्रवीण जी और श्री सुहैब जी को संस्थान की ओर से स्मृति चिन्ह प्रदान करने की कृपा करें।
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. Now, I would like to call the Cultural Secretary, Mody School, Ms. Prakriti Kamalapuri, to come forward for the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is a divine emotion. It warms our heart and soul. I, Prakriti, on behalf of the Mody fraternity, grant my thanks to Madam Principal for yet again organizing a great opportunity for the faculty along with the student body to open our minds to the heritage of our country. A huge round of applause for Mr. Praveen Gotkindi and Mr. Zuhaib Ahmed Khan for such a wonderful show that soared through our soul and left us in a blissful trance. Thank you so much. Forever grateful to the Performing Arts Department who have put up their best efforts and have been successful in organizing this event. My gratitude to the auditorium crew and everyone who directly or indirectly contributed to the success of this event. Last but not the least, the biggest thanks to this incredible audience for being so enthusiastic throughout. Thank you everyone. Please get ready for the national anthem.
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Last but not the least, we would like to capture the memories of the momentous occasion, for which I request Madam Principal, our prestigious guests, Sir Praveen and Sir Zuhaib, and all the staff members to come on the stage for a group photograph.
Thank you all.